Today we're going to be fixing some light collision damage on this old Fender here. Where do you start on something that is this mangled? Well, the best place to start is just to give up. Sadly, I don't have that option. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by getting the perimeter all sorted out. So we'll get this kind of back somewhere where it needs to be. And all of this edge along here, that's not very good. We'll get this rolled back out and just kind of get the general shape of the panel back. We'll also have to get this big Bertha crater out of here pretty quick because it's causing this edge to be all weird and stuff. And then we'll just keep attacking it until it does something or looks like a Fender again. So what I did there is I just temporarily ugly goobered this thing kind of back together. This entire section, basically here, all the way down through here, and then back up into here, all needs to be replaced. But what I needed to do now is just get some temporary structure into it, so I'm not chasing it from here to Albuquerque the whole time I'm trying to hammer on this. Great news, we can finally dive into the valley of sorrow here. Actually, I don't even know if this is a valley. This is more of a canyon, I think. Yeah, this here is kind of a valley, shallow valley here. This is canyon here, but we're gonna start getting all that worked out, I guess. Well, what I've done here is I mounted the fender up so that I can do some work without chasing it across the floor. And you can see we got some work. Oh my goodness, that did not come out very clean. We got a lot of work to iron this out, but what I'm doing right now is I'm focusing on getting this edge back straight, because as of right now it's just a mangled up nightmare of garbage. And yeah, it's not even close. So everything I'm doing right now is just an effort to get this edge back straight. Once that's straight, and then we can kind of work our way inward. But the hardest part is getting your edges back. But if you don't get the edges back, then none of the rest of this will ever look right or come back properly. So well, things are looking pretty bleak right now. You can see this area is still quite low, so we need to bring this up, which will take this high spot out because we'll be pushing everything up this way, and then that'll bring this down. I have a giant oil can here, which not too concerned about right now because there is still a lot of damage in this panel. As we relieve the damage, a lot of this will tighten up. We will still have to be doing shrinking on this, but we save the shrinking for the very last, once all the damage is out. So every time a panel is damaged or deformed beyond its original shape, it loses its strength. So we have to try and restore that shape as close as possible, which will bring a lot of the strength back, which will take care of a lot of the that type of situation. But if we start shrinking now, then we're going to end up over shrinking it and we'll just be chasing our tail. So one tedious step at a time. Just use one of these Scotch-Brite wheels to strip off all the rust and paint. These things, they work mint. Just to get a better idea of what we're dealing with here, and I gotta be honest with you, it's pretty bleak. So I'm just gonna continue hammering on this, I guess. Like, I really don't know what else to do at this point. This is harsh. Look at that. Terrible. But you know what? We'll keep at it. Yep. So I'm not actually grinding the surface. What I'm doing is I'm using a shrinking disc. This one is made by Cornfield Customs. I'll put a link somewhere where you can buy it. The way this works is it's made out of stainless steel, and as you're working across the surface, it creates friction, and the friction obviously makes heat. And so you're heating up, and anything that's high will get heated up. And then as it cools, it will shrink down and help level out your panel. So it's the same as any other kind of shrinking, you know, if you're taking a torch, but with a torch, you're just heating up and concentrating on one area, whereas this is really handy for working large areas that are extremely damaged, or, you know, even just a mildly damaged panel. It works excellent. This one's different than the one that I've been using in the past. It has kind of this ruffled edge here that's supposed to prevent galling, so we're just kind of testing it out right now and seeing how it works. At the end of the video, we'll reveal whether or not we feel that this is an improvement over the smooth style disc that we've been using in the past. So to help you viewers visualize what's going on, I sprayed some guide coat on here, and now we'll just take a block and kind of block over it. This area here is still really bad. This area is also bad. This area is bad. This is all very bad still, but it's hard to see what's happening when it's all kind of shiny metal on camera. So maybe this will make it easier for you guys to see, or not. I don't know. Had a small crack occur here when I first initially roughed it out. So we're just gonna get that welded up now. Well, that's where I'm at right now. We kind of got it looking sort of like a Fender again. I mean, if you ignore all of this and all of this down here. If you stand way back here and squint and cover one eye, it does kind of look like a Fender again. There you go. See? We got kind of the basic shape and dimensions back through here, and a lot of this ironed out, and more importantly, we got rid of all the oil can action going on in here. You can see that's a nice tight panel here. There's no oil canning anywhere on the panel that I can find. It's all tightened up quite well, so that's good. We managed to get some of the dent out of here. Remember, it was all really caved in here, so yeah, we got a little bit of that dent out, you know. Still needs some more fine tuning, and just ignore all of this back here. My little spaghetti arms don't reach all the way up in here, and so kind of had to ignore a lot of the nastiness in here right now, but it does, you know, it's in the zone-ish, I guess. I don't know. Still a long ways to go, but I find with this YouTube thing, most people, they only want to see the first 5%. They don't want to see the actual work involved. Once the initial dent pops out, then everybody says, okay, see you later, clicks off the video, and then the video tanks because nobody watches it. Another issue is I don't even have a use for this Fender. Well, why did you just spend a bunch of time fixing it, Kyle? Well, this was all just a science experiment to test out the new shrinking disc, and I'm happy to say that it passed the test. It works excellent. It doesn't gall as bad as the flat style. So there's that. Obviously, this one's a lot more dangerous. It doesn't have the curved edge on it like this one does. So you gotta be really careful with this stuff. Not that I'm a safety guy, but this will cut you right to ribbons if you're not careful, if not worse than that. I think this style still works good on like roofs and hoods and flat panels like that. And this one, it works really good on this curved stuff because it's able to kind of flex, and like I said, it doesn't gall up the metal nearly as bad as this one does. So both are good tools, but I do have to say I'm pretty happy with that. That was worth the money. This style here is made by Cornfield Customs, and this style is made by Restyling. And like I said, they're both excellent tools. I should probably replace this one. The reason I bought this is because this one's been used so much. It's been through so many heat cycles. It's all wobbly now. So I figured before we use that on something I cared about, we should test it out on something that I don't care about and have no use for at all. In a couple of videos in the past where I've been using a shrinking disc, I've had people comment on the videos and say that they were gonna build their own out of cookware, like pots and pans and things like that. And I think that's a really, 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 really stupid idea. And I'm a guy who's violently opposed to safety. The thing is cookware was never intended to spin at 6,000 RPM, especially if it's used cookware where it's been through many heat cycles and frying lots of bacon and things. But don't let me tell you what to do. If you want to do something stupid, you go right for it. That's just, I guess, nature's way of fitting the herd. But you heard it from me that I think that's a really stupid idea. And so the way I look at it is not really from a safety standpoint, but from a common sense standpoint is, you know, whatever $150 or whatever these things cost, it's going to cost me more than that if I have to go to the hospital and get a piece back together. I mean, if I don't survive, then that doesn't really matter, but any trip away from here is going to cost me more than $150. So I guess it's worth the money to just buy the right tool for the job. In this case anyways, anything that's spinning really, really fast at 6,000 RPM, you probably don't want to be screwing around. So this is my first and last safety rant on the channel. Again, don't let me tell you what to do. You do whatever you want. I mean, someday I will have a use for this fender, I think. I was actually thinking, well, depending on how this video does, I might continue fixing this and get this all patched up and this patched up here, and then fix it up really nice, and then use it on the 1951 ton, and then have one fender on the whole truck that's like nice, and then the rest of the truck is just garbage. That might be kind of funny. The one on the 1 ton right now, it's actually in worse shape down here than this one is. It's got a big chunk cut and welded on it, and it still needs the patch there. It's not all goobered up through there, but this could be a usable fender again for something. So we'll see. If the video does well, I'll continue working on it over the winter. If this video tanks, like it probably will, then this will just go back in the scrap pile until I need it for something. Great news, everyone! We now have even more overpriced crap in the merchandise store. That's right, I just released this 1929 Model A Roadster pickup t-shirt. It's now available, and it is a picture of the Model A that we built years ago, and it is on a t-shirt, and it says the name of the channel there. What do you think, bud? Hey? Yeah? If you're so inclined, you can get yours today at www.carterautorestyling.com. Cat not included.